Hey, so I just bought a Kawasaki Versys. I bought this about a month ago, and I just wanted to give my opinion on what I thought about this bike. And I'm just going to talk through it now, the good things and the bad points and the things I've had to fix already, because shit breaks quickly sometimes, especially when you buy used. Alright, let's have a look. Alrighty then, so this is the bike. It's a 2007 Kawasaki Versys 650. It hasn't got ABS. When I bought it, it came with the top box, and I believe I paid £2,800 in January 2022. It's got, I think it's had about 4 owners. It had a year's MOT when I bought it. It came with the top box. It's got some, I got some side panniers that came with it. It came with the handguards. Yeah, that's it really. So when I got it, everything seemed all right. I was riding it no problem. Now there was obviously noises that I couldn't figure out what was what. First problem. So I was riding it for a few days, couldn't figure out what was going on. And you notice here that this sprocket nut bolt set up here, that's new, because the other one worked its way out. For the keen eyes who know Versys as well, you'll notice that this swing arm is not a Versys swing arm because of this problem here. So what happened is that worked its way out when I was riding. I could not figure out for the life of me what was making that noise. And what happened was that noise was coming out, and as you can see here, it worked its way out and it created this massive gouge here into the swing arm. So obviously I had to stop riding. Swing arms, nightmare to take off. I might make a video and show you how to do that on a Versys or any other motorbike really. But essentially I had to cut this off in the end because this, which is the pivot bolt, is completely seized. This here is a sleeve, and this bolt here should come out of it, but it's completely seized in there. So no matter how much hammering I did to get that out of the bike or heat, it wouldn't come out. I ended up having to cut it off. You can see, yeah, pain in the arse that was. But I did get another swing arm, which was this swing arm, which is a Versys swing arm off a later model, which fits perfectly. But as I was going to put on the chain adjuster bolt snapped. Pain. Can't get a good angle to drill that out. I'm going to take that to a machine shop, drill it out, get him to retap it, and I'll sell that again. These are actually sought after, so I should be able to get my money back on that fairly easily. And I ended up changing the swing arm for an ER6N swing arm, which is basically a Ninja swing arm, but also ER6. Fits perfectly fine. Geometry is a tad different from what I understand, but mostly it's fine. Suspension fits on perfectly, as it should. Calipers fit on fine. The only thing that doesn't fit is the mudguard, the tyre hugger. The Versys one doesn't fit, so I'm going to have to think about how I'm going to get a tyre hugger for that. But once I fix that other one up there, I might put it back on here. I don't know yet. So what else did I have to do? So when I was doing that, I thought I'd do a few other bits. I added some Oxford heated grips, which are pretty badass. They're nice to ride with. Got a quad lock because they're the nuts. I got a charger which I can unplug so I can save the battery. I don't trust the other ones, the smart chargers. I changed to Hell braided brake lines, front and back. Changed the pads, did an oil change with a filter. I changed the coolant, and got new tires. I've got these the Continental TKC 70s, so they do a bit of everything, like 70% road, 30% trail, which is what I'll be doing here in Wales. That's where I am. that's it. So ride is pretty good. It's got a power commander in here, which definitely gives it a bit more grunt and torque. It surprised me a few times when I first got it. It wheelied in second, which was unexpected, but controlled it, luckily. It's got a different exhaust on it. This is quite grunty, it's a bit loud. It's probably not the best exhaust for taking on the trails, but it will do the job for now. Let's see the brakes. These brakes are a bit weak, really. I've set it up a bit better, but yeah, they're a bit weak. I'm looking to see what the upgrades are for these. Handling is pretty good. It does feel a bit wobbly on the back, but I think I haven't ridden it much since I put the new tyres on. All in all, for 2,800, I think there's a lot of bike for the money, because you can do a lot with it. Future mods, I might put crash bars on it, play around with the power commander. I might get a bigger screen. I still get a little bit of head turbulence. I'm about 5'11", so yeah, I think it's a bit low for me. I'd like an extra 5-10 centimeters on that to get rid of the turbulence over my head. I'm going to change the top box. Don't like the plastic old round things, but otherwise I think it's a good bike for the money. Here it is outside. I thought I'd start it so you can hear the exhaust. When you start a Versys, to read any errors that you might have, you've got this fuel injection light, and that's where you'll find the error codes. So it should come on like it did then and just turn off. If it stays on, it means you've got some error codes, and there's sequences of flashing you can read to check the errors. There's also another way to read error codes, so if you go to buy one, look for that. Just under the seat around here, there's a bullet connector that if you put a wire in and then ground the wire, it should create some flashing up there. Useful to get the service manual for the bike. While we've got the seat off, so obviously batteries here, this is a fairly new battery, your fuses, all that. This here is the bullet connector that you can connect to, and then earth, and then you can get some readout on the dash. This is the power commander, which you can plug in and change. I haven't messed with it really. In here from factory you get like a lock. This one don't come with it. In here I've just got some tools. No, I didn't get any tools or anything like that, but there's a little bit of space. You can fit a few things in there. Right, let's get this going. Right, so I've started now, and you can hear the note. It's quite nice.